Everybody, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to start installing the Arduino driver and the tools inside the Visual Studio 2019 or the Visual Studio 2017, no matter and no differences. I'm Musavi, your instructor during this video. I was the CEO of software company and managing to all the software startups. With more than 23 years of programming experiences in different programming languages such as C#, VB.NET, ASP.NET, SQL Server, MySQL, Oracle, web services, web design, and with the different technologies and 3D game design and install sheet. And finally, the electronic circuit design and microcontroller programming. Here I am to share my knowledge with you. Now, let's see how. At the first step, let's take a quick look at our Arduino board. This is my favorite one, Arduino Uno R3. And there's no difference between the version of the Arduino. You can easily download and install this driver inside the Visual Studio for working with the different versions of the Arduino modules. So I need this one first of all. Then I need the Visual Studio. Currently, I have the Visual Studio 2019, and you can see it over here. In addition, you can use the older version, I mean the Visual Studio 2017. Before doing anything, let's come over here and search Arduino for Visual Studio. And this is my favorite one, marketplace of the visualstudio.com. And you can see it over here and come to this one. In this web page, I can see the Arduino IDE for the Visual Studio, so we can easily install it on the Visual Studio. First of all, let's download, and after that, it's up to 4.1 megabytes, and this is my Visual Studio 2019 that I want to install the editor or the IDE of the Arduino inside this version of the Visual Studio. And before installing the IDE of the Arduino inside the Visual Studio, we need to close it. So let's close that. And this is my file. Now let's click on it and let's be patient. Fortunately, the process of the installation is completely automatic and we don't need to do anything. Just wait and sit back and relax. After a couple of seconds, in this window, we need to select our Visual Studio that we want to install the Arduino IDE inside it. Currently, I have two different versions, the Visual Studio 2017 and the 2019. So let's check this one and this one for installing in both of my Visual Studios. And let's be patient. Arduino IDE needs to download another requirements and another files. So we need to connect to the internet, and don't forget this matter. Let's be patient. And as you see over here, for installing the Arduino for my Visual Studio 2017, it needs to download all of these files. So don't worry about anything and let's be patient. Now let's talk more about the benefits of the IDE of the Arduino. You can see over here, after installing the Arduino IDE for the Visual Studio, we integrated the editor of the Visual Studio for working with the microcontrollers and the Arduino board. So we can get access to many great features and the tools of the Visual Studio for working with the Arduino boards, such as autocomplete and auto-suggestion, and great and amazing editor of the Visual Studio for writing our codes. So let's come over here and let's see the progress. So let's be patient. You can use the Visual Studio for creating the applications inside your Arduino board easily, quickly, and with the maximum power. Personally, I prefer this great IDE because it gives me a lot of powers. Okay, congratulations, it's installed successfully on both of my Visual Studios, the 2017 and 2019. Let's close that. And after that, we need to start the Visual Studio. So this is my Visual Studio 2019, and let's be patient. Before doing anything, let's talk about the Arduino editor itself. This is the Arduino editor. Suppose I want to work with Arduino. So this is the editor of the Arduino application itself, and this is the Visual Studio 2019. Let's come over here and let's create a new project, or I can come to continue and come to the file, the new, and the project. Indeed, inside the original editor of the Arduino, we haven't any kind of great and visual tools for creating the applications, but we have a lot of tools and many great features inside the Visual Studio itself. Over here, let's write the Arduino, and let's be patient. Here you can see different project types or the templates for creating the Arduino project inside the Visual Studio. We have different options, but my favorite one is the Arduino project. So click on this one, and let's write my project name. For instance, I want to create the blinking LED, so let's write blink LED, and the solution name, so let's create my project. You can change the location of your project from here, and let's be patient. Congratulations, we did it. Now I have my first Arduino editor inside my Visual Studio, and you can see my project over here and the data sources. Let's close this one. Now it's time to create our project. Before doing anything, as you know, each Arduino project has the setup as the void and the loop method for running my favorite codes. And here you can see these menus are added, and indeed all of these are available for working with the Arduino itself. Let's create the blinking LED inside my Arduino first, then create that inside the Visual Studio. Come over here, the file, then the examples and the basics and the blink. Click on it. So let's grab this one. In this example, I want to create the simple application for blinking the LED. Indeed, my blinking LED is the pin 13 inside my Arduino board. If I come over here, let's come to this one, and this is the pin 13, and indeed this is the LED, and it's connected to this and it's connected to the pin 13. So I want to write the application and the code for blinking this LED. Come over here, and you can see it something like this. And here I have the pin mode in my setup and the LED pin. This is indeed the 13, and we can easily replace this one with the number 13. And I want to set this pin as the output because I want to make it on or off, turn on my LED or turn off my LED. Then in my loop I have this line for turning on my LED. I can change it with a 13 and turn it off easily and quickly by assigning the low to the pin 13. Now select the tools menu, and here you can see my current port for the Arduino board is COM7. I can get access to it easily. Come over here and let's write device manager. So click on it, and if I come over here I have the great option, and it is the COM port, and this is the ports. Currently my Arduino board is connected to the COM7, so this is my communication port COM7. Now let's come to the tools, and currently I'm working with the Arduino on. You can see it over here, exactly here, and my port is COM7 or communication port 7, and it's time to upload. So let's click on the upload, and let's be patient. Before uploading my application, it needs to be compiled, so you can see the process over here. And currently my LED on my Arduino board is blinking, and indeed this LED over here. Now everything is working correctly, so let's close this one, and I don't want to work with this again, so let's close and then no.